Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on Pony Express Broadcast Network. Monster Mile 110, Dover International Speedway, NASCAR for amateurs. It's Friday night at Pony Express Sim Racing. Time for race number 2. Qualifying underway, 3 minutes remaining. All the guys have already run their qualifying laps, and we can see Sawyer Tinker, top of the board tonight, going to have the pole. Let's take a look and see how the weather looks tonight. Let's see, air temp 63 degrees. It looked like the track was 65 last I looked. Yeah, track temp 65 degrees. Dover, Monster Mile, my home track actually. Great facility. I was doing some laps out there in practice a little while ago. I believe we're good for, shoot, what was it, 35? About 35 laps is going to be your fuel window tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup tonight. It's going to be Sawyer Tinker on pole, Paul Skip joining him on the front row. Looks like it's going to be Doug Betts and Zachary Nuremberger, tonight's N4A Race Steward, going to be on the second row. We've got last week's winner, Atlanta. If you missed it, Zach Camella took round number 1. He's going to be starting next to the other Zach on row number 3. Stephen Thompson making his first start of the season. Same for Timothy Emmanuel. They'll be on row number 4. Row 5, Dennis Crosby and Brian Earhart. I hope I pronounced his name right. And rounding out the field, there's 2 trucks back there. It just isn't showing the other one. Thomas Dennis and Scott Hurwitt will be joining him in row number 6. Scott Hurwitt, not sure what happened in qualifying. He does have the fastest lap of the night so far. His practice lap was faster than anybody put up in qual, but we'll see what happens once this race gets going. Once again, there's your top 10 starters for tonight's Monster Mile 110. Final seconds of qualifying ticking down here. If you're new to the series, I want you guys to know these are fixed setups, 55% fuel, so you're going to see a couple pit stops tonight. There are no tire limits. They do have 1 fast repair. They will have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if it's needed. Drivers climbing into their trucks now. One of the rules that we do have here in this series, if you've ever done any official races on iRacing, you know that there can be some games, some horseplay, trying to get an advantage on the restarts of these races. We try to take that out because we emphasize clean, fun racing here. So our policy for this series, we ask that the race leader on any starts and restarts, he's going to go on the green flag. So there shouldn't be any hanging back or messing around or jumping the start. Should be good, clean racing. Round 1 last week at Atlanta, we only had 1 caution the whole race. So we had 10 trucks last week. We've got 12 tonight. Next week we head to Daytona, and I think we'll have a good 15, 16 truck turnout at Daytona. Unfortunately, it won't be broadcast because I'm going to drive. It's Daytona. Got to race it. So here we go. Just waiting for the last few seconds of gridding to tick off the clock. And now we should start rolling. Just had to look at something real quick there. Yep. Rolling off a pit road. Here we go. So your Tinker trying to do a little bit of scrubbing real quick. These trucks aren't bad. They're a lot better than some of the other series we do. You know, the F3 cars or the GT cars. These trucks don't take as long to get some heat in the tires and some grip. So it shouldn't be bad. Maybe take it easy in turn 1 and 2, but after that you can pretty much send it full throttle around this place for a couple laps before you have to start lifting. Alright, here we go. Pace truck is off.
Green flag.
And green flag. We are underway. Sawyer Tinker gonna jump out there. Let's see if Paul Skip slides down and gets on the low line. Not yet. Slicing and dicing back around P4. Uh-oh. 15, Zach Camella. Looks like he got into Doug Betts there. He did. Doug Betts. Heavily damaged. Surprisingly, no caution. That's not going to be good for Doug Betts. He could use a caution to use that fast repair, but looks like he's going to have to do it under green. Oh, and now here we go. Caution is out. Not sure what it's out for. I have to wonder if our race admin didn't throw a manual caution, because I didn't see anything happen. Oh, you know what? Probably because I'm going the wrong way. Oh, it looks like Zach. Oh, so Doug Betts' motor just gave out. He's going to wish he had come down pit road there, because now he's going to have to tow. He's not going to be able to coast all the way around. It looks like Zachary Purcell actually brought out the caution. Let's see if we can't take a look at that. Obviously, this is not what we're trying to look at, but let's try that again. For whatever reason, that's not showing us what happened to Zachary Purcell, so we're just going to have to go old school here. So here it is. Purcell into the back of Timothy Emanuel just a little bit. Everybody was checking up for Doug Betts. Oh, and Purcell into the back of Doug Betts. And yeah, I cannot figure out why the caution didn't come out. I guess because everybody was still facing forward is the only reason they didn't throw the caution. For whatever reason, it didn't come out. Our race admin, Zach Nuremberger, did manually throw this caution. And I would have to agree. I really, in real life, if you had that much carnage and obviously oil spilling all over the track, it would have been a caution. So Not sure what's going on with iRacing tonight. Good job by our race admin. So let's find out how things are going. Looks like Paul Skip going to be your race leader. Do we have a battle off of pit road? Alright, I can take that off your screen now. We do not have a battle off of pit road. Only the Timothy Emmanuel pitted, Zachary Purcell, Doug Betts. Looks like those 3 trucks pitted. Those are the 3 that you saw tore up with damage. So, very awkward start to this race. Let's head back up to the front of the field, where last week's race winner Zach Camella is in second place. He, I thought that he had got into the back of Doug Betts and triggered that melee. Obviously, I didn't see everything, so I could be wrong. Which brings me to a point here. One of the other rules we have here: if you are responsible for a caution flag in this series, then you will get an end of longest line penalty when we get to 1 to go, which lights are off on the pace car. So we are going green next time by. I don't see anybody getting an end of longest line penalty. Obviously, I'm not out there race controlling. That's on Zachary, our race admin, so I'll have to ask him about that. But yeah, weird start to the Dover Monster Mile 110 tonight. Gonna get things back to green though, lap 8. Let's see if we can do it right this time. And it does look like Doug Betts has actually gone 2 laps down. I guess he didn't want to use his fast repair. Well, with a blown motor, he had to have used his fast repair, so I don't know what's going on with Doug Betts. Zachary Purcell 1 lap down, so he'll be hoping for a caution to get a lucky dog or a wave around. Well, he'd get the lucky dog, obviously. Sawyer Tinker, P3, your pole sitter. Here we go. Pace car is off. Paul Skip, green flag. Paul Skip going to lead him off into turn number 1. Side by side, Zach Camella on the outside trying to make a move, and he does. Zach Camella to the lead. Paul Skip back to second. Zachary Nuremberger, P3. We've got Stephen Thompson back there in P4 with our pole sitter Sawyer Tinker right behind him, rounding out the top 5. And don't look now, here comes Scott Hurwitz. Started in last. He's already passed half the field. He's up to P6. He was very fast in practice. Meanwhile, Zach Camella quickly trying to pull away from these guys, break that any draft that they might be getting. He was almost half a second ahead of Skip. Skip closes it back up. Looks like we've got a 3-truck breakaway here. These guys are all pretty, within half a second of each other, but then it's a second and a half between P3 and P4. Stephen Thompson losing sight of Zach Nuremberger, who looks to actually be losing sight of the top 2 as they're starting to pull away from him. So far, our fastest lap of the race is Paul Skip with a 23 flat. Farther back in the field, Timothy Emmanuel has gotten by Stephen Thompson and Sawyer Tinker, so move him up into the top 5. Much better start this time. 7 laps into this run. These guys are probably already noticing how much they have to lift in these corners, because these tires will wear down quick. Let's see if we can hop into the gyro cam with our race leader so you can get an idea of how much banking is around this place. Here we go. Let's take a lap around Dover. Looks like Zach Camella rocking a camo fire suit, camo helmet. Looking good in there. Yeah, this 3-truck breakaway is really pulling away from P4 Scott Hurwitt, almost 3-4 seconds back. That minor front end damage you see there on Zach Camella's truck, obviously not slowing him down. He's now about 3/4 of a second ahead of Paul Skip. Let's go through the field. We've got last week's winner, Zach Camella, out here leading the field. Paul Skip having a good run, running second place right now. Race admin Zachary Nuremberger, repping Camping World itself here in P3. From last to 4th in, 12 laps. Scott Hurwitt, he's got that Tundra on a rail tonight. Rounding out the top 5, we've got Timothy Emmanuel making his first start of the season. P6, Stephen Thompson also making his first start of the season. Dennis Crosby sitting here in P7 currently. Sawyer Tinker, our pole sitter, you see he's got some decent right front damage. He's definitely been into the wall. He's back in P8 right now after starting on the pole. Let's see, 9th place, number 6, Brian Earhart making his first start of the season. Rounding out the top 10, we've got Thomas Dennis. Oh, he's got some heavy damage as well. Definitely been into something. Currently our lucky dog candidate in 11th place, 1 lap down, Zachary Purcell in the 51. And then we've got the 03. Oh, Doug Betts, he is 2 laps down, and he's got some trucks right behind him looking to put him at. Who is that? That is Dennis Crosby right behind him. So Doug Betts is 2 laps down. Half the field is put him a 2nd lap down. Let's go to the battle for 3rd here as Paul Skip has gotten passed by Scott Hurwitt. Scott Hurwitt moved him up another position. Started 12th, up onto a podium spot into 3rd. Zachary Nuremberger up to 2nd. Not sure what's going on with Paul Skip as he's bleeding positions. He's dropped 2. Zach Camella 1.6 seconds ahead right now. We are 17 laps into this run, so almost halfway through a fuel run here. will we see green flag pit stops tonight? I think we will. These guys are very clean drivers. Like we said last week at Atlanta, just the one caution. Let's see, do we have any other battles? It looks like Dennis Crosby, Sawyer Tinker, and Brian Earhart. Look at this. These three guys. You've got Doug there. Here it is. So they're behind the lapper, Doug Betts. So you've got Dennis Crosby, and you've got Brian Earhart and Sawyer Tinker running side by side. Zachary Purcell, who's also a lapper, right behind them. It's a good battle here going on between Earhart and Tinker. Looks like Earhart is going to get that position. Going to move him up into 8th place. Oh, Sawyer Tinker coming right back up on his bumper, though. Meanwhile, it looks like Stephen Thompson right here. Oh, Stephen Thompson into the wall. I was just trying to get up here because it looked like he was catching Timothy Emmanuel. And it does look like Timothy and Stephen got by Paul Skip, so moved Paul Skip all the way back to P6 after running P2 most of the night. But yeah, we saw Stephen Thompson into the wall there a second ago. Good run here for Timothy Emmanuel, 4th place, first run of the season. I want to say he won one of our earlier off-season events, Indianapolis Brickyard. Timothy Emmanuel came out of there with a W, so he definitely knows his NASCAR. I know he said he runs in some other NASCAR leagues as well. I think we should be seeing green flag pit stops here in the next 10 laps if the caution doesn't come out. Let's go check on our race leader before that happens. Zach Camella, still your race leader, but here comes race admin 32 truck. Zach Nuremberger has cut a second off of his lead. He was almost 2 seconds back. Now he's only, look at that, 0.6 of a second. Yeah, looking at their lap time, Zachary Nuremberger running picking up about 1/10 of a second a lap. It actually looks like Stephen Thompson is turning the fastest laps of the race right now. So those guys perhaps doing a little bit better tire saving than our race leader out here. Oh, green flag pit stops have started. So I popped that top 5 up there, and I saw Timothy Emmanuel in second. After Zachary Nuremberger had chased our leader down, I was a little confused. Zachary Nuremberger, first truck on pit road. Paul Skip has also pitted. It looks like Paul Skip's pit stop was 13 seconds faster than Zachary Nuremberger's, though, so we're going to see how that works out. Yeah, there's Zachary Nuremberger coming off of pit road right now. He's going to go a lap down. So he's going to hope for this to stay green so that these can cycle back through. Not that it matters. He can take the waiver around. Obviously, with him pitting early, doing the undercut here, he's going to hope this stays green. Last week, very nearly became a fuel mileage race at Atlanta. It's had Tyler Berger saved a little bit of fuel, he would have ran away with the W, but he didn't know that he should have been saving. And Zachary Camella ended up coming out of there with the win. Let's see, anybody else on pit road yet? No, Paul Skip has actually gone 3 laps down. I don't know what is going on with the 85 truck. At first it told me he had a 15-second pit stop. Maybe he got a penalty and he went back down. But yeah, Paul Skip now 3 laps down in last place. Zachary, look, and you see the fresh tires there. Look at Zachary Nuremberger. He just ran a 23.7 on those fresh tires. Got his lap back. 1.5 seconds faster than Zach Camella. Uh-oh. Like Thomas Dennis perhaps bouncing off the wall, trying to get on pit road. So Thomas Dennis on the pit road. Yeah, Zachary Nuremberger taking advantage of these fresh tires here. 23.7 compared to Zach Camella's 25.1. Not sure how long Zach Camella's going to want to stay out of there when he's giving up a 1.5 seconds per lap. A couple of more trucks. Scott Herwitt, we see him on pit road. Looks like Timothy Emmanuel going to be your new pit leader, new race leader. Sorry. See Sawyer Tinker on pit road. Doug Betts on pit road. He did not get that caution he needed to get any of his laps back. So that's one thing we're noticing here in the early parts of this season. Not a lot of cautions. A lot of clean racing. Only one last week. So far only one tonight. See Zach Camella coming off pit road there. Look at that. Look at that lead Zach Nuremberger is going to have. Huge lead with that undercut. So when these pits started, Zachary Nuremberger, first truck to come down pit road, he was 0.6 of a second behind Zach Camella. Now he's a few seconds ahead of him. Wait for timing and scoring to catch up. Timothy Emmanuel has not pitted yet. Oh nope, Timothy Emmanuel is on pit road now. Last truck to pit. Stayed out, got a bonus point for leading the lap. This should cycle through and make Zachary Nuremberger your race leader. So yeah, it looks like Zachary Nuremberger has a 5-second gap over Zach Camella. That's how much he gained, about 6 seconds coming to pit road, and Zach Camella stayed out for a few laps. So far the undercut is working. Zachary Nuremberger, once this cycles through, he's going to be out there. He's going to be your race leader, and there it is. My timing is going to tell me. Yep, Zachary Nuremberger to the lead, bonus point. See Zachary Purcell still out there. He was a lap down. He has not pitted yet. He was perhaps, I believe he's coming to pit road now. He was hoping the caution would come out and he'd get to get back on the lead lap. Didn't work out. Zachary Nuremberger coming up. A lot of traffic in front of our race leader here. Looks like first up is going to be Thomas Dennis. See if he can get by him. Pulls up on his bumper. Gonna look inside. He's gonna. Oh, I see some smoke. All right, so Nuremberger gonna put Thomas Dennis a lap down. Next in the chute, Paul Skip, who's already a lap down. Paul Skip does not want to go a second lap down. That's going to make it very difficult to get it back on the lead lap, especially with this much green flag racing here tonight. Almost halfway through the Monster Mile 110 already. And it looks like the fastest pit stop in that first round of pit stops was the last truck to stop, Timothy Emmanuel. About a second and a half faster than everybody else on pit road. So that would explain why Timothy Emmanuel is now in P3. Scott Hurwitz P4. Oh, we've got a three-way battle for 5th place. Dennis Crosby, Sawyer Tinker, Brian Earhart. These three trucks, 5th, 6th, and 7th, battling it out, and they're not that far in front of our race leader. Sawyer Tinker looking to the outside. Crosby on the inside. So far, Crosby holding his own. Tinker not quite able to get by him. Looks like Tinker's still got that front right damage, so has not used his fast repair. But it's not slowing him down, as he will get by Dennis Crosby. No, he doesn't dive down in front of him. He stays high. They nearly come together. Great battle here for 5th place. Looks like we're about to have a battle for the lead too. Zach Camella has closed that 5-second gap very quickly, and he's all over Zachary Nuremberger. We want to give it. Oh, there it is. Dennis Crosby pulls up in front of Sawyer Tinker. Shuts the door. Let's move up front. Battle for the lead. Here it is. Zach Camella in that 15 truck has caught our race leader. He does have about 5 lap pressure tires. Zach Camella looking on the inside, trying to make it stick. And he will. Gets by Zachary Nuremberger. Zach Camella back to the lead. And he's still got that battle for 5th place right in front of him. Well, not really a battle for 5th. Dennis Crosby has asserted that position, but you've got the battle for 6th place now. Sawyer Tinker, Brian Earhart. Brian Earhart trying to look inside on Sawyer Tinker. Nice to see some battling here tonight. A little bit more action than we saw at Atlanta. There it is. Brian Earhart on the inside, trying to get by Sawyer Tinker. Will he shut the door? He will. So you got to wonder, that right front damage of Sawyer Tinker. We've watched him battle 2 trucks here in the last 10 laps and lose both battles. How much is that right front damage slowing him down? I would tell you back up front, but it's really, the front is just behind Sawyer Tinker here. Meanwhile, it looks like Timothy Emmanuel in 3rd place is catching Zachary Nuremberger. He's only about a second behind him. Zachary Nuremberger in that 32 truck. He was the first one to pit, so he's got the oldest tires out there. And you can tell as Timothy Emmanuel is running almost a second a lap faster than Zach Nuremberger is right now. And here comes Stephen Thompson. He's trying to get a lap back. Timothy Emmanuel right behind him. closing in for P2 on Zachary Nuremberger. Yeah, Stephen Thompson in that 24 truck. He's 2 laps down. Currently, Paul Skip in the 85 in position for the Lucky Dog. Should we get a caution? Let's take a look here. Still the fastest lap of the race from the guy that's 4 laps down in 12th place, Doug Betts, a 22.999. Fastest lap of the race so far. We're just past the halfway point. With that being said, let me find our race leader before I do this. Here he is, Zach Camella, 15 truck. He won last week. He's led about 40 laps tonight. Trying to make it 2 for 2. Anyways, what I was going to tell you, here at Pony Express Broadcast Network, back in the day, I used to do a lot of broadcasts. And always around the half point of my races, I would take a moment of silence to honor our veterans, past and present. So we are going to put the camera here on our race leader, and we will take a moment of silence. To all the veterans out there, past and present, thank you for your service. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. You see the 39, Timothy Emmanuel, got by Zach Camella, new race leader. As they're going by Paul Skip, that's going to put him a second lap down, and they've got Stephen Thompson all over their rears. He's trying to get one of his laps back. Lots of action out here. Once again, that brief pause was for our veterans, past and present. Stephen Thompson all over Zach Camella's bumper. Stephen Thompson, if he could, he's in position for the Lucky Dog right now, but he would like to race his way back to 1 lap down and then get the Lucky Dog and get all the way back to the lead lap. Any battles on the track right now? It does look like Dennis Crosby and Sawyer Tinker are battling again for 6th place. Here we go. Not that. There we go. Sawyer Tinker on the inside now. Dennis Crosby on the outside. Sawyer Tinker trying to make, he's our pole sitter in that 021. He will get by Dennis Crosby, take over P6. Good move here by Sawyer Tinker. 40 laps remaining in the Dover 110. Monster Mile 110, sorry. From Dover. See if the track's changed at all. It has 2 degrees warmer than when we started. Track temp up to 67 degrees now. Air temp hasn't gone up. The track temp is heating up. Oh, we see Dennis Crosby into the wall as Timothy Emmanuel going by, putting him a lap down. Pulls right up behind Sawyer Tinker, going to try and put him a lap down as well. We are getting close to green flag pit stops again, though. Probably, it'll be close. These guys might be able to stretch this out pit and then be good to the end. They'll be hoping we don't get any GWCs. And there we go, Timothy Emmanuel getting by Sawyer Tinker, putting him a lap down. Only 5 trucks on the lead lap here as we're 65 laps into this green flag run, and there is Zachary Nuremberger, first truck to hit pit road again. No surprise, he was the first one last time, so he's obviously going to need to be the first one to come back down. You see the left side of his truck going up, getting some tires, and he's off. So Zachary Nuremberger, first truck on pit road. What are we, 36 laps to go? Oh man, it's going to be very close if Zach Nuremberger can make it to the end. These other guys are going to be good. Zachary Nuremberger will be close. He will not want to see a green-white checker tonight, that's for sure. Looks like Paul Skip slowing down. He's going to come down pit road. Timothy Emmanuel currently driving away with this thing. He's got over a 4-second lead on Zach Kamala. There's Doug Betts. He's coming off pit road. Here we are riding along with Timothy Emmanuel. Been out front for about 15 laps now. He was the last truck to stop under that first round of green flag pit stops. So obviously he can go farther here than anybody else. He will be well within distance of making it to the end. So Timothy Emmanuel trying to make this race on 2 stops. We're going to hang out here in Timothy Emmanuel's truck for just a little bit longer. We want to see, I want to show you guys what pit entry is like here at Dover. It can get a little tricky getting it woed up and down to pit speed. For comparison's sake, Zachary Nuremberger on those fresh tires currently running 1.2 seconds a lap faster than Timothy Emmanuel. "30 laps remaining, still no pit stop." We see Thomas Dennis over there on pit road. So we've got somebody coming off of pit road up here. That was the 6 of Brian Earhart. Coming up here, and look at that. Talk about the speed difference. Look at Zachary Nuremberger. He just flew by Timothy Emmanuel like he was standing still. About a 1.5 second speed difference. There's Stephen Thompson coming off pit road. You gotta wonder though, you know, Zachary Nuremberger taking full advantage of those fresh tires. Is here we go. Look at this. 100 miles per hour, gets off that bank and trying to get it woed up before he hits these cones at 40 miles per hour. Good job by Timothy Emmanuel getting it down there on pit road. Green flag pit stops. You see, last time around he really stretched it out. This time Timothy Emmanuel does not want those guys on fresh tires to pull away from him. And that is obviously not the camera that we're looking for. Also, not the camera we're looking for. There we go, Zachary Nuremberger going by Thomas Dennis, putting him a lap down. I say that because just like last time around, I'm going to assume that Zachary Nuremberger will cycle back into the lead. Yep, there's Timothy Emmanuel. So Zachary Nuremberger back to the lead, but not as big of a gap as he had last time. I don't know, man. I think Zachary Nuremberger's undercut. I don't know if it's going to pay off. I think he's going to be really close on fuel. And he just doesn't have a big enough gap over Timothy Emmanuel, who's now going to have those fresh tires. Battle we may have on the track right now is for a podium position. Scott Herwitt, Zachary Purcell. Looks like Scott Herwitt able to get by Zachary Purcell, take over third place. I gotta wonder what happened to Zach Camella. Zach Camella spent 1 minute and 15 seconds on pit road. Some trouble for last week's winner. Won last week, has led a ton of laps tonight. Yeah, after leading 45 laps tonight, something happened on that second round of pit stops. Because he is now a lap down. Gonna need a caution. Only 4 trucks on the lead lap. Gonna be a points shake up here though if Zach Camella can't rebound from whatever troubled him on pit road. Oh. Don't look now. Here comes Timothy Emmanuel on those fresh tires. Plenty of fuel in the tank. Closing in on our race leader, Zachary Nuremberger. A couple lappers in the way. Maybe that'll slow him down some. Sawyer Tinker bounces it off the wall right in front of him. Timothy Emmanuel goes low, gets by him. 3/4 of a second behind Zachary Nuremberger for the race lead. 20 laps remaining. NASCAR for amateurs, round number 2, live from Dover. Monster Mile 110. Broadcast live here on Pony Express Broadcast Network. Honestly, Timothy. Oh no! Sawyer Tinker into Timothy Emmanuel. Green flag stays out. Nope. Caution. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Timothy Emmanuel. We believe he had the speed and the tires. He was going to catch Zachary Nuremberger. And it may have been his race to lose. Just gets tapped in the rear end there by Sawyer Tinker. Caution is out. Less than 20 to go. Uh-oh, uh-oh. They did not check up in time. Timothy Emmanuel now has a blown motor. I hope he has a fast repair. This is exactly what Zachary Nuremberger wanted to see, though. 3 trucks on the lead lap. One of them has a blown motor. Zachary Nuremberger gets to pit under caution. He is now in the catbird seat. Second caution of the night here. So I believe, obviously, That shouldn't be on the screen right now. I believe Zachary Purcell. The caution came out for Zachary Purcell. I can't get it to show me. Oh, wow. Thomas Dennis is on his roof. Stephen Thompson misses it. So that is what the caution is actually out for. Let's see if we can't see that one more time. Oh, wow. There it is. Not sure what happened. What happened here? So we're watching Dennis Crosby. I believe this is where Sawyer Tinker gets, yeah. Oh, so that's where Tinker got in. Oh, so Crosby loses it, collects Thomas Dennis. It all started when Sawyer Tinker tapped the rear bumper of Timothy Emanuel and got him sideways. Alright, so now we know what's going on. I apologize that that was so difficult and painful, but 17 laps to go. Under caution for the second time tonight. Zachary Nuremberger is our race leader. It looks like gonna be 5 trucks on the lead lap here. Not sure why that's on my screen. Looks like Stephen Thompson up here playing with the pace car. Yep, there he goes. That's gonna tell me that Stephen Thompson is either your lucky dog or taking the wave around. Let's see. Yeah, I think Stephen Thompson was your lucky dog. Alright, here we go. So you see, obviously Timothy Emanuel used his fast repair and is still in second place. Zachary Nuremberger pitted as well. So those guys, as the pace car pulls off, essentially have perfectly brand new trucks, brand new tires, plenty of fuel. Things might get interesting here. Can Zachary Nuremberger hold him off on equal equipment? You got Scott Hurwitz and Zach Camella right behind them. P3, P4. Good start for Zachary Nuremberger. He's able to jump out there. Timothy Emanuel falls in line, looking for the crossover. Nuremberger leaves the door open. Here comes Timothy Emanuel on the inside. 15 to go. See Nuremberger get a little loose on exit there. He gave it all he had to get back in front of Emanuel and shut that door on the inside line. Guys quickly pulling away from Scott Hurwitz in third place. They're already a second and a half ahead of him. Zachary Nuremberger just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 22:95. Timothy Emanuel 22:98. Zach Camella back in P4 22:96. These guys on fresh equipment dipping well into the 22s. 11 laps remaining. Timothy Emmanuel all over Zachary's bumper. Scott Herwit now 2.5 seconds behind. $10 to go. Can our race admin hold on? Or will Timothy Emmanuel get by him? Apologies. I don't know why that's on the screen. Zachary Nuremberger trying to get a little bit of breathing room now. Maybe Timothy Emmanuel trying to cool his tires off and mount a charge. 8 laps remaining. These guys are 3 seconds ahead of third place Zach Camilla, who has rebounded big time after his pit road issues to be back in third place. Only 4 trucks on the lead lap here still. Emmanuel, he's still right there, second place. You can see Zachary Nuremberger starting to slide up the track. Coming across the line, 5 remaining, 5 to go. Remember, there are 2 shots at a green-white checkered if we need them. Half a second gap now. Nuremberger might be pulling away. Oh, Timothy Emmanuel. See some sparks there. Bounces it off the wall. Oh yeah, Nuremberger now. Almost 8/10 of a second gap. 4 to go. Three to go. Will it stay green? It's his to lose now. 1 second gap. I think that wall bounce might have cost Timothy Emmanuel a shot at Zachary Nuremberger's rear bumper tonight. 2 to go. Will we get the white flag or a yellow flag? Let's see. White flag. We will not have a green-white checker tonight. Zachary Nuremberger almost a second and a half ahead. Gonna set sail and tame the monster tonight. He led 37 laps and he will come out of here with the win. 38 laps, sorry. Pulls over. Apparently this is where he's going to do his burnout. On the back stretch. Some assistance from the rest of the field here. Zachary Nuremberger, race winner. Let's take a look at our race results here. Zachary Nuremberger brings it home, P1. Timothy Manuel, P2. Zach Camella, third place. Scott Hurwitz, fourth. Sawyer Tinker, pole sitter, brings it home, P5. Brian Earhart, sixth. Crosby, Thompson, Skip, Purcell, Betts, Dennis, and obviously I was not racing. Let's see if we can get a word from our race winner. Race admin, race winner, a man of many hats, Zachary Nuremberger. Congrats on the win. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, what can I say? Man, that was an interesting one. I tried to enact my undercut strategy that probably should have gave me the win in race number one, or well, at least I would like to think it would have. And I was hoping for at least my second stint, hopefully late caution in that stint, and everything would time out for me. And fortunately, I had one at the very beginning, one at the very end, but not one in the middle. And then I realized I had to save, to try and go back down to 2 stops. Realized I was running out of fuel and got absolutely blessed by a caution, and things worked out. That Scott didn't take tires, but I still restarted ahead of him, and stars aligned, but we'll take it.
Did you have enough fuel there at to make it to the end if that caution hadn't come out?
No, so I think I was about 8/10 of a gallon short, um, and I was running about a quarter gallon per lap, so I would have fell 3 or 4 laps short. And I thought I could have made it once I did the math, but I guess my undercut, which was I think about 9 to 11 laps early the first time, if I would have saved that a couple laps later, I still could have stretched it. But no, I really needed that caution. Just got lucky.
Good race. Only 2 cautions tonight. Decent sized field. How was tire wear out there tonight?
The first stint not too bad. I think it was down in the 80s. I know Scott was down in the 80s. The thing is that at the beginning you're driving with other people who are saving tires, so you can kind of judge everyone's speed. But when you get fresh tires in the second stint after driving those worn tires for so long, it's hard to restrain yourself and judge your pace against everyone. So if you don't really have a delta time, then it's kind of hard to find what pace you're running, and it definitely bit me in the butt. And I think I used up too much fuel, too much tires, and luckily that caution saved me. But it wasn't too bad as long as you're gentle. But there's been worse, but there's been better.
Well, I can tell you, not only did you win the race, you ran the fastest lap of the race tonight at a 22:9:52 there on that last restart. Yeah, great race. We saw you, we saw Timothy Manuel, and Zach Camella. You guys all led, about a third of the race. What you got any shout outs you want to give tonight?
No, just thank you to for you setting up the league, of course, doing the broadcast and making this whole thing possible. The Pony Express teammates, and just having a lot of fun out here, and looking forward to finishing the season and making this thing bigger and better for 2022 as well.
All right, well, congrats on the win. Next week we'll head to Daytona. I'll be out there on the track with you and plate
Hopefully,
track
I'll make it to
racing.
the end.
Yeah,
Hopefully, make it to the
anything
end.
can happen next week. So,
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it though.
all right, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Round number 2, Dover Monster Mile 110. The series admin pulls off his first N4A victory. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thanks to all the drivers for coming out and racing. We hope you enjoyed the show. Next week won't be live, but perhaps the following week. We will.